Hey, what's up everyone? Danny Lana back with another CSR2 video. We are checking out this crazy Lamborghini. We are going to do a stage 6 maxed out shift and tune, stage 5 shift and tune, look for a live racing setup, and do a review on the car as well. So let's get to it. Let's start off with the maxed out stage 6 shift and tune. When you have this car completely maxed out with all the stage 6 parts and all the fusions, put your nitrous all the way to the right. Final drive 2.0, tire pressure 8 psi, and that'll give you a 6.996 on the dyno time. And huge shout out to Nitro for CSR. We're recording on his content account today. This account allows me to make videos like this to show you guys the cars and let you know if they're any good. So thank you to Nitro. I'm finding this car to be a really big pain in the buttocks. So what you want to do is let go of the gas right about number 1. It should give you a close to perfect start. As soon as it launches, second, third nitros. Shortly after that, shift into fourth, and then all the shifts right before the red line. So this has one of those weird Lamborghini launches in a way. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Second, third nitros, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. And this car is a pain. I really don't like the way it drives so far, but that's giving me the best times right there. Not a big fan of the way this one drives, but it's a pretty cool car. I've been getting a lot of 6.8s and 6.9 runs doing it like that. So, 6.8, 6.9 car, something along those lines. Now we're going to set this thing up for a stage 5 shift and tune. Hopefully I can find something that's a little more pleasant. I really don't like the shift pattern for this on stage 6, but let's do a stage 5 shift and tune. Alright, so if you want to set this up on stage 5 parts only, put your nitrous all the way to the right. Put your final drive to 2.41 and put your tire pressure on 8 psi. That's going to give us a 9.229 on the dyno time. And I think the easiest way to drive this and still get a good time is basically just let go of the gas right at number 1. As soon as the car launches second nitrous and all the rest of the shifts right before the red line, that's giving me a really good time and that's easy to drive. So we're going to go ahead and go with that. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Second nitrous, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, sixth gear. And you probably want to try and get all perfect shifts if possible, but we should be running 9.0s or 9.1s. That wasn't the greatest run, but I have been getting some 9.0 runs and some 9.1 runs running it like that. So that should give you a really good idea of how to drive it on stage 6 and on stage 5. So far, I'm not a big fan of the way this car drives, but you can't like them all, I guess. All right, now we're going to see if we can find a low performance point high evo setup. These are normally good for either live racing or beating the dyno time, sometimes one or the other, sometimes both. So let's go do it to it. All right, so I did find a low performance point high evo setup that's not going to require you to have any stage 6 parts, which is awesome. It'll probably do a little bit better if you put stage 6 parts on it, but we don't need any to make this good. So we're going to put our engine to stock, turbo to stock, intake to stock, nitrous on stage 2, body on stage 5, tires on stage 3, transmission on stage 5, and if you put a stage 6 transmission and a stage 6 body and slightly retune it, then it does even better. But we're going to go with this right here because this is much easier for your average person because stage 6 are not easy to get. Alright, so nitrous all the way to the right, final drive 3.18, tire pressure 8 psi, and that's going to put us roughly in the 11.8 lobby. So we got an 11.784 on the dyno, but we want to run the car at 11.8 or possibly slower because it'll put us in the 11.6 lobby. Now I think this car can hit 11.6, so I don't know, it might not do too bad in the 11.6 lobby, but we're shooting for the 11.8 if we're live racing, or if you just want to beat the dyno time, this will do it to it. So this should be good for low performance point high evo live racing or dyno beating. And the good news is it's really, really, really easy to drive. Just be like 3, 2, 1, go. Just very basic stuff. All the shifts right before the red line. And yeah, this car is doing it. This car should be a really good live racer. I mean, It's really easy to drive right there, no problem whatsoever to drive that thing. It does have a lot of gears, but if you don't mind a lot of gears, that's a good live racer, I bet. There we got an 11.642. The last run was 11.5. Like I said, that thing is busting the dyno by a lot, so this car should do pretty darn good at live racing with this setup. At least I would think so, unless the car is really weird or something. This should be a great live racing car, and it's easy to drive for the live racing setup. So let's go do a review on the car. Alright, so I really don't like driving it. You might love driving it. It's a little bit weird on stage 5 and stage 6, but it's got a really easy to drive live racing setup. I mean, the car is decently fast. Let's check out the top speed and the acceleration and all that good stuff really quick, and then we'll wrap up the review on this thingy dingy right here. Alright, I think I forgot to install some of the parts back on it, so let me go do that and try again. I messed that up pretty good this time. Alright, so we are finishing our race. Let's go ahead and see what the times look like. So we got some pretty good acceleration on this thing, I would say. 0 to 60 in 0.9, 0 to 100 in 1.7. So that's not like super good, but that's not bad. I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's a 6.8, 6.9 car, and we're doing about 409, 410 miles per hour, something like that. Somehow it's got set to kilometers per hour, but that's basically what it is right there. Right there. All right, so bottom line is I don't love the car for most things, but I think this would be a great live racing car, especially if you can get a stage 6 transmission and body and then tune it to the fastest 0.2 of a second, because every live racing lobby is 0.2 of a second. So like 12.0, 12.2, 12.4, 12.6, 12.8, you know what I mean? Every 0.2 of a second is a new lobby basically, but I think it'll be a great live racer. It'll beat the dyno time if needed, if you tune it right. And I don't know, besides that, don't really like it, but I do think it'll be good for dyno busting and beating the live racing. That didn't come out right, did it? But you know what I mean. Huge shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much for the extra support. It really helps this channel keep running and bringing you videos just like this. If you check out the pinned comment or the video's description, you'll see my affiliate links where you can get some really amazing stuff from lighting, cameras, microphones, stuff for your kitchen, stuff to make your room look cool, and all kinds of amazing stuff. And if you enjoyed this video, maybe watch one of these other videos that are just about to pop up on the screen here in just a second. Thank you so much for watching. You guys and gals are amazing. Lightning out. Have a wonderful day, and we will catch you next time. See ya.